Hi, you guys. It's me again, coming to you with my Sunday devotional. Maybe that's what I'm going to call it, because I'm just going to try and do this every Sunday. But today, I just wanted to share something with you about something that I have been experiencing and practicing more and more over the last few years. And it's something that's super, super important. And that is the practice of developing personal revelation. And I think that, especially this time that we live in right now, with all of the crazy stuff going on, it's more important than ever to be able to be good at receiving personal revelation. And the day before the lockdown happened here, and we just barely got in the car, and right after those blessings happened, I was out with Dad, and we were shopping at the mall, and we were just trying to get some last things so that we would have what we needed at the house. And we went to one store. We were actually going to go to lunch. We were like super excited to go on like a last date before lockdown, because we didn't know when we'd be able to get out again. So we were going to go shopping and then like go to lunch at this restaurant that we like to eat at, and then we just had a bunch of things to do. So we went to the first store and got the things that we needed, and then on our way, it was at the mall, on our way to the restaurant at the mall that we like to eat at, as we approached it, I just had this funny feeling about it, like something is wrong and we need to go straight home. So, and it was like we had really been looking forward to a date lunch, but we decided that, so as we approached, I just said to him, I said, I think we need to go, like, skip lunch. We need to go to the other store, the other main store at the mall, just get the things that we need, and then just go straight home. And I think that he had that impression also, because as I said it, we didn't even really discuss it or talk or argue about, there wasn't anything to argue about, but he's like, you're right, like, okay. So we did that, and I don't know what would have happened if we went to lunch there. Like, I don't know if there was a way we would have, possibly gotten in trouble. I don't know. But the point was that we both had received the same impression, and so we decided to just follow it, and so that's what we did. And it reminded me of another time when I was just doing my regular shopping at the store, and as I went to go to check out, I just saw this bin of baby bottles there, and I had this weird thought, like, to buy one, and I just thought, that's dumb, like, that's ridiculous, why would I buy a baby bottle? I don't need one of those. But I also recognized the feeling of it and the impression of it, and so I did it. I bought a baby bottle, and I brought it home, and probably people were wondering what it was for, and I just set it on the shelf in my room, and it's like, you never know when you're gonna need a baby bottle, right? So there's that. And later that week, the Schneiders that were staying with us, they left their diaper bag in the Uber that I think it was over Christmas. They left their diaper bag in the Uber, and so we got home late at night, and their baby needed to go to bed, and they didn't have a bottle. Like, the only thing that was in the diaper bag was a bottle and a diaper or something like that. So it wasn't anything that was, couldn't be replaced. But anyway, it was funny because they came and they knocked on our door and just to tell us to see if we could find the Uber, because they had lost this bag. And I said, well, what's in it? And so they told me it's like a baby bottle and a diaper. And I said, oh, well, your bottle's right over there on my shelf. They totally laughed. They were like, what do you mean our bottles are? I was like, I don't know. I was at the mall. I just checking out with my groceries, and I had this impression I needed to buy this baby bottle, so it's obviously for you guys, so there it is. And So those are just some like kind of silly ideas, but those are the things that the Lord lets us practice listening, so that when it's really important and when it really matters, we will be able to follow, we'll be able to listen, because we will recognize it without doing all of that brain gymnastics. Oh, was that me, or was that the Spirit? Like, the more you practice it, the better you get at it, and the better and easier it is to recognize, and it's really important. And I think that's what Come Follow Me is all about. It's like helping us, giving us opportunities and reasons to practice seeking the guidance of the Spirit and following it. And also even like asking people to pray. Like Dad does his silly game, where he, like, what was the one tonight? Someone who's holding a spoon, who just dropped their spoon, who's smiling, whose elbows are on the table. Yeah, but even things like that, like, there's so many things in our daily life that we can, if we want to seek the Spirit, it will give us practice of just like, who does it feel like should pray today? Like, we could just call on someone and it probably doesn't really matter. Or we could say, who does it feel like? You know what I mean? Like, we can really look for opportunities to practice that. Because when you get in a situation where you really need to know it, even like with Dad driving home with our car through all those police checks, like, if he didn't already know how to do that, it would be too late. If you don't if you don't have any practice at it, it's going to be too late when you really need it. So anyway, those are my thoughts for Sunday devotional today. Just the importance of following the Spirit, and especially in this time that we live in, it's really the only way that you're going to be able to discern what's true. You're not going to be able to figure it out in your brain, even if that's how you're used to it. It won't work. Like, you're going to have to be able to discern by the power of the Spirit what is true. And I know that there's a really good article I think it's online actually, about practicing daily to hear the Holy Ghost and being able to act in faith, because that's what increases your faith, and taking responsibility for your own faith and spiritual progress, and not blaming that on other people, or thinking other people are going to do it for you, or waiting for other people to. I think that's kind of what we did with like church and home and visiting teaching and all that stuff, and all these changes that are happening are to help us take responsibility for that for ourselves, not just like check off a list because somebody told us to do it, if you know what that means. And then lastly, focusing on Jesus Christ and the joy that he brings, because that's where it's at. That's where it's at. Love you guys, and hope we see you soon.